Revolting News presents excerpts from Fug on Film.
Greetings, cable fans. Welcome to Revolting News. And sometimes not that revolting. I'm Tuli. There's Alex, our co-host for tonight. And behind the camera, our ace videographer. Daddy.
Hi, everybody.
Norman Savitt. And we're going to start. What did you want to ask him?
Huh?
What did you want to ask him? The videographer. What?
Nothing.
Okay. Well, nothing is. I don't think it's a song, but we're not. I don't know. Not tonight. Tonight we're going to have something.
Here is your daily perverb. Nothing is fair in the love of war.
Penny Arcade.
Hey, Radio Free Al.
You want to introduce our most special guest?
Are you ready for this? Right here at 88.7 FM, we have Tuli Kupferberg. What an amazing concept.
Tuli, let's check out your microphone here.
You can go if you're an elephant. Try to be joyful.
Yeah, Kupferberg.
Nobody says that, though. No. We all say Tuli Kupferberg.
It's my slave name.
It's your slave. What does Kupferberg mean?
It means Copper Mountain. And you had to pay for your names and sometimes. So a Goldberg cost more than a Kupferberg. If you didn't pay, you got a name like Schlong, which meant snake, Mr. Snake.
You were born on Lower East Side, right?
Yeah.
Where?
On a street that doesn't exist anymore, Cannon Street, with two ends. Well, we moved to Brooklyn when my father had ran 3 unsuccessful retail stores. Well, then we moved to Manhattan. It was working class neighborhood.
Right. It was
East 72nd Street. My first education was when my mother flung open the icebox and pointed to my father and said, "Look, there's no food. When are we going to get some money?" And my father didn't really have the answer to that. He had a store that was failing. He worked in a men's factory, a men's clothing factory the rest of his life as a machine operator. I started high school in Manhattan. It's sort of an interesting, terrible episode in my life. I went to Townsend Harris, which was for smart boys. There was our math class was run by, this was the Depression, by a guy with a doctorate, it's high school. And when I went to the board and I had to do a math problem, and he would say, they would call it master. He would say, "Master Kupferberg, 2 zeros. You could get a 0 for getting it wrong and for having the form wrong. You're supposed to put your name and so on." I said, "Holy shit, I'm going to a school where you can get 2 zeros for one event. This is not for me." I passed through New Utrecht High School, which was, it boasted that it was the second largest high school in the world, and it was a period of Spanish Civil War, and there were incredible, everyone was a communist. The students, the teachers. So it was a very it was freer in other ways, I think, than many schools. When I was 18, after I avoided the draft, I ran away from home. I tried to support myself. The only job I could get was really as a longshoreman. There were these bales of 500-pound furs coming in from Russia, and my job was to move them around. I didn't last too long. If I would have lasted too long, I would have have a great body by now. Then I went to Brooklyn College because I had a choice of Brooklyn or City. They were free then. And I had a crush on a young girl who went to Brooklyn, so I went to Brooklyn too. And there I joined the jazz club. And I also was intensely political. There was separate tables in the lunchroom for Stalinists and Trotskyites and the unaffiliated. I sort of hung out at the Trotskyite unaffiliated.
Were people intensely political because they were all immigrant children?
Well, it was the Depression, and the U.S. didn't get out of the war saved the American economy. So it was the Depression. If you weren't for social change, you were an idiot. During the Depression, right, most American artists, writers, I would guess that 80% of them were communists or communist sympathizers. Most artists were radicalized by the Depression.
When did you become a vegetarian?
When I was in Coney Island, I guess in my 20s, and I ate a Nathan's Frank, and I said, Jesus, this thing used to walk around, and now I'm devouring it. So that was a revelation.
And when did you become a pacifist?
I remember going to City College campus uptown during the Korean War. We were demonstrating. I think Dellinger was there. And there were 4 of us, and we were immediately thrown off the campus because what the hell were we doing protesting against the war? And then I was also told then, I think, you know, the next time you come to a demonstration, you should really wear a tie.
Beware a man who is not moved by sound. He'll drag you to the ground. He'll drag you to the ground.
Recognize the tune. East side, west side, all around the town. People are sleeping on gratings, Brooklyn bridges falling down. Meanwhile, business is booming in Soho and on Brooklyn Heights. Landlords are making a killing. Somehow that word seems just right. Another day, another dollop. What's the big surprise? Developers pack quite a wallop. Flowers are free enterprise. People with blue sky for shelter. People with no place to piss. Wash down Trump on his hot yacht. Hey, all right. Oh, Calcutta was better than this. Oh, east side, west side, all around the town. People freezing in subways. Cheap housing just ain't around. Meanwhile, the stock exchange moves zooming. Jack LaLanne is doing all right. Makers making a killing. Somehow that word still seems right. Then look to the feds asleep in their beds. Squatters rousted out. Hoarding apartments for sweet deals. It's what capitalism's all about. Me and the mayor went walking. I heard that racist squawk. Tripping over bodies. Fantastic. On the sidewalk of New York. East side, west side, all around the town. People dying on gratings. Guess the system's falling down.
Hey, was it really possible to have a civil war?
Are you going to Armaments Fair? Martin Vickers, Krupp, and Lockheed. Remember me to one who deals there. Does he still sell the death we all here need? Does he still sell the death we all need? Tell him I want a bomb that is quiet. Vickers, Krupp, Martin, Lockheed, one that kills sure each time that you try it, and one that will kill at incredible speed. Tell him we'll pay for a weapon that's new. Krupp and Martin, Vickers, Lockheed, one that will kill both Arab and Jew. And you, Arab and Jew, that kills all our enemies regardless of
creed, and ask what or poison he hides in his sack. Martin, Vegas, Krupp, and Lockheed, one you send out can't ever be called back. Remember Agent Orange, eh? That kills all things living, destroys every seed. That kills all things living, destroys each last seed. Your tax dollars at work. Time flies like an arrow. Fruit flies like a banana.
Hey, it looks like I'm here alone, but no, there's Kramer. We're going to have the Fugs. And sitting next to me is Kramer, and sitting next to him is Tuli Kupferberg, who you've seen on the show many times. He's a wonderful guy, and they're going to be playing this weekend at the Bottom Line, and it was so amazing last week that, not last week, the last time they played, that I got amazingly tipsy just from the very thought of it. And Ed Sanders was supposed to be here tonight, but he had to go home. And when you got to go home, you got to go home, I guess, and we're not too happy about this. But anyhow, I'd like to at least tell you what Ed told me about this show coming up. He said, Coca, don't get so drunk this time. And I won't. So, Tuli, hi.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good.
Okay. I guess if we're not going to use that, we should take that out of the way. What do you think? This front piece.
Let's vote on it.
Good idea.
Let's vote on it. How do you vote? Get rid of it. Out. Out. Okay. Tuli.
Well, first we'd love to do 2 songs for you, and
Then maybe we'll chat.
maybe you'll interrogate us.
I'd love to.
And then if there's time, we'll do another song.
Okay. Here's the tunes.
These are 2 new songs that have never been performed before, and at least not like this. And I wanted to write a song about New York City, but I realized that William Blake had already written it in 1790, and he called it London. I wander through each chartered street, near where the chartered Thames does flow, and mark in every face I meet marks of weakness, marks of woe, in every cry of every man, in every infant's cry of fear, in every voice, in every pain, the mind-forged manacles I hear. The chimney sweepers cry, every blackening church appalls, and the hapless soldier's sigh runs in blood down palace walls. But most through midnight streets I hear how the youthful harlots curse, bless the newborn infant's tear, and blights with plagues the marriage hearse. have the whole scene there? Does it look like we're just in the street itself? This is McDougal Street about what year?
1962, 63.
And as is our wont here at Revolting News, well, first let me introduce the cast of characters. I'm Tuli, you all know me. And the guy behind the camera is Norman Savitt. He's our resident cameraman, engineer, folk music habitué, and Greenwich Village inhabitant. You want to appear before your camera so everyone
Just
knows?
momentarily. I'm more of a
Yes.
behind-the-scenes kind of guy.
Yeah, well, that's what they all
Something
say
about my
first.
works, I think. Hi, boys and girls.
This is Izzy Young, the kid brother of the. We'll get you. You can. All right.
Hi.
The kid brother of the guy who's passing through. You know that folk song, "Passing Through," right?
I'm here just to make sure that he doesn't say anything embarrassing about the family.
Oh well, we want to have a good show. I don't know if we.
My mother was a saint.
Okay, Israel Young is passing through. This is our wont here at Revolting News. We like to interview people who are passing through. He's here from Sweden. Came here to star in the Bob Dylan Follies. And
Taco, that's right.
And Israel Young was the proprietor of this institution, important institution, and among many other things.
Wait, that was 59-60, not 62-63.
And he's a folklorist, a historian, a Morris dancer, a bon vivant, and a radical expatriate, and an all-around good guy, right? Good old boy. Originally from the Bronx. What are the Bronx? You ever hear that? And now he's an inmate of Stockholm. So, he came back here to take part in the Dylan movie.
Well, not only that, he paid for the trip, which is the story of my life. Like, I was a folkie in Greenwich Village. I wasn't born in the Bronx. I was born in Lower Manhattan, 110 Ludlow Street.
I was born there too,
And it's still there, and it took 30 years to move from 110 Ludlow Street to 110 McDougal Street. It took 30 years to make that move.
So when did you move to the Bronx?
Well, very early on. And in fact, if my memory is right, we lived in more places in the Bronx than I remember. And I think we lived in places 3 months at a time or 6 months at a time. And that was, we would get 3 months free rent.
Exactly.
And then we move it in the 3 months.
It was the Depression. So
It was
what
the
year were
Depression.
you born?
1928.
And your parents were from the old country.
My father was born in Poland, and he came to America in 1905. My mother was born in Poland, and she came to America in 1926 or 27, just before I was born.
And what was their profession when they came here? How old were they when they?
My mother was a housewife. My father was born in 1892, and my mother was born in 1905 in Lodz, in the big city. My father was born in Dierishow, a tiny little town close to the German border. So like when my father grew up, well, Polish was illegal. He learned Russian in school, Polish on the street, and Yiddish and Hebrew at home. And then he had to learn German because he was smuggling goods from Poland to Germany.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a fucking lie.
But my father told me the story.
Stop it, you make up
It
stories.
sounds just like my parents.
It's not
Really.
He used to take matches through the forest to Germany and bring
My
back a
father
pair of
was
pants.
a-
Backfires.
And bring back a pair.
My father was afraid to pee in the forest because he would be locked up for exposure or something.
I'll tell you what kind of a liar my father was.
All right, what kind was it?
Well, my father told me when I was a kid that he saw Naftali Imba
Yeah.
drunk, he wrote the Hatikva. He
On
saw
the
him.
east side.
He
was a
saw him
notorious-
drunk on the east
He
side.
was a notorious roue and a bohemian, Naftali, and I believe every word your father said.
But my father came to America in 1905, and I find out.
The English clergy are paid by the state, as well they should be. The Vicar of Bray was the legendary, most famous survivor of that system. He served under Charles II, James II, William III, Queen Anne, George I, really legend in his own time. And he, of course, he changed his belief with every succession, so to that of the new king. So that's no more than right. So he was successively Catholic, Anglican, high church, low church, establishment, disestablishment, then anti-disestablishment. He was a Tory, Whig, and a Jew. No, that's wrong. No. At any rate, this is a song dedicated to him and all of his disciples. It's particularly appropriate, I think, at this election time. It's called Chameleon, or the time service song, the belly dance of the Vicar of Bray. In the winter, I'm a Buddhist. In the summer, I'm a nudist. In Jerusalem, Talmudist. In Hellfire Club, the crudest. Chameleon. 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 When the Democrats are winning, liberalities I'm spinning. When Republicans are panting, racist slogans I am chanting. Chameleon. 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 Unter Hitler I'm a Nazi. Under Helmut Kohl, Schatzi. Under Stalin I'm a Redsky. With Edgar Hoover I'm a Fetsky. Chameleon. 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 With art lovers I love art. With truck drivers love to fart. When with jocks I slug my beer. Unless teetotalers are near. Chameleon. 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 With philosophes I'm existential. With call girls that's not essential. Academe I lead the school. On the street I play the fool. Chameleon. 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 With the pros digging ditches, with the brokers plotting riches, and with God was quite religious. Here in hell sunk where hot pitch is. Chameleon. 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 Chameleon.
Do the introduction.
All right. This next song, this is the second time I'm doing this introduction. Huh?
Oh, well, just come on in.
Just come right in. Do we have any? All right, this is the second time I'm doing it. I hate to do this introduction twice. The next song, oh yeah, well, this is off of the CD, which will probably never appear. The next song is a result of a rare bit of serendipity. It's not very well known, but destroying the illusion of spontaneity, I have to look at the camera. It's not very well known, but the same week that Israeli archaeologists discovered the Dead Sea Scrolls in Cave 63, while eating lunch right next door in Cave 64, an even more important discovery was literally stumbled on when one of the archaeologists, Chaim Pitts, went to the bathroom there, in the corner there. Okay. And this was the first national anthem, also known as, quote, the hymn to nationalism. So with the help of Mel Brooks' 2,000-year-old man, the first line was easily made out. Then they got stuck. So they took the stone cuneiform manuscript to Harvard, where at the Center for Mideastern Studies, the rest of the canticle was painfully deciphered. And now here we're going to present it for the first recorded performance. And this song that we want to dedicate to the Iranians and Iraqis, the Armenians and Azerbaijanis, the Turks and Greeks, Serbs and Croats, Hindus and Sikhs, Czechs and Slovaks, Jews and Arabs, Tamils, Sri Lankans, Tutsi and Hutu,
The Dodgers and the Mets.
and so on. It's our gang, you know. So here it is, and on the recording, if it ever happens, we're going to have the original instruments, but here it's certainly in the chapel, a cappella.
You're singing the first verse
Yeah,
alone.
I sing the first line.
The first verse.
No.
Oh, it's going to be beautiful.
Oh, let them all go to hell except Cave 64. If they give you any trouble, throw them through the door. This is our cave, it's the best in the world. We don't want no foreigners here, our cave might get spoiled. No, we don't want no wants here, our cave could get spoiled. Our cave is the best, the hell with the rest sing. We got the prettiest girls, they never fail the test, the H test. We got the greatest music, we got the bestest brains, 'cause we always eat the cortex of the ones that we have slain. Yeah, we love to slurp gray matter from the ones that we have slain. Ruling comes natural to those that excel. The rest of you bastards, well, you can go to hell. God gave us power and God made us right. And if you don't like it, we'll stab you in a fight. Yeah, if you don't like it, we'll kill you in the night. Altogether, the rousing finale. Let them all go to hell except Cave 64. If they give you any trouble, throw them through the door. This is our cave, it's the greatest in the world. We don't want no wogs here, our cave might get spoiled. No, we don't want no foreigners here, our cave would get spoiled. I think it's...
That was swinging.
I think the UN might.
Find out more about this show and all of our